How's it going, you wholesome bakers? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll show you how to make my favorite cake of all time. So let's get in the kitchen and get started. Honey cake is an Eastern European classic. It can be found in various forms in many of the countries in that part of the world. What I love about it is its simplicity. It has a very light flavor and texture. It is moist and not too sweet. And it only takes a few ingredients to make. I had never attempted making this before, but I think it turned out pretty good for a first try. And if I can make a half decent cake on my first go, then you can do it too. So let's see what we need to make this thing. For the pastry, we'll need some white bread flour, honey, baking soda, butter, sugar, and a couple of eggs. For the filling, we'll need some sour cream. That's how you know it's Eastern European. We'll also need some heavy cream or whipping cream and icing sugar. As for the equipment, we'll need a tray, a few sheets of baking paper, a pan, a bowl, scales, a whisk, a spatula, a rolling pin, and we'll need the template for cutting out the layers. I used the base from a cake tin. It measures around 7 inches or 18 centimeters across. You can make it larger, but then you won't get as many layers from the pastry. Okay, the first thing we need to do is start preheating the oven. 180 Celsius or 355 Fahrenheit, fan off. We can start preparing everything whilst the oven is preheating. We'll begin by making the filling. Combine the sour cream and the icing sugar and whisk them together until completely smooth. I did not sift my icing sugar, it dissolved anyway. Alright, once you have a nice smooth mix, leave it on the side and grab another bowl. Pour in the whipping cream and then whip it until it's nice and stiff. What we call whipping cream here would be called heavy cream in America. Just use the fattiest cream that you can find, it'll be good. Okay, once the cream is nice and stiff, add the sour cream and sugar mix to it. And then fold them together until you don't see any more lumps. And that's all we need to do for the filling. Now let's cover it up and leave it in the fridge to set. Now let's move on to making the pastry, or the sponge. I'm not sure what to call it, it's quite thin. Anyhow, combine the sugar, the butter and the honey in a medium-sized pan. Then place the pan on medium to high heat and let the mix come up to a simmer. You want to heat it up until the sugar is completely dissolved, and it should start bubbling slightly by that time. Once you're happy with the mix, take it off the heat. The next step is to slowly and carefully whisk in the eggs. Pour the egg in a thin stream whilst whisking continuously. Once it's all in there, add the soda and whisk again. Keep whisking until everything is nice and smooth and there's no lumps. Now we can add the flour. And again we are trying to avoid lumps, so we need to add it bit by bit, around 2 tablespoons at a time. A whisk is not going to work anymore here, so continue mixing with a spatula. Once the mix looks nice and smooth, add another couple tablespoons of flour and then keep mixing until you've used up all the flour. The paste should be thick and not extremely sticky. It will be a little bit sticky, but that is normal. Now next up comes the slightly messy part. Use plenty of flour to avoid any stickage. We need to divide this paste into 8 equal pieces, weighing around 62 grams or 2.2 ounces. And you want to coat everything in flour. Your spoon, your finger, your table, your scales. The mix is very loose and sticky. And what follows next requires even more flour. We need to roll each piece out to slightly larger than our template. For the first couple of pieces, I used only my rolling pin, but that didn't make them turn out very round. So I would suggest using the rolling pin as well as your hands to flatten it into a round piece. There's just enough mix to create 8 layers. And there are just enough trimmings for us to be able to cover the cake on all sides. So when you are rolling it and flattening it, try to make it as round as you can and don't make it very much bigger than your template. The one I'm showing you right now is just about perfect. And if at any point it feels a bit too sticky, just keep dusting it with flour. It is a bit cumbersome, it is a bit of a mess, but it'll be well worth it in the end. Arrange the pastry discs in pairs on pieces of baking paper, as we will be baking them 2 at a time. If there's too much flour on the pastry, you can brush it off. You can also brush it more after baking. Spread the trimmings out on a baking tray too. Okay, these things are ready for the oven, so let's get them in there. They will be very quick to bake, just 5 minutes will do it. So the total baking time for all the layers and the trimmings will be only 25 minutes. Once it's nicely golden brown and puffed up, it's ready. Take it out the oven and throw in the next one. Once they're all fully baked, you can stack them on top of each other to see if they're all the same shape. We need to find the largest, roundest ones and use them for the top and the bottom. When it comes to the trimmings, you want to bake them for 5 minutes on one side, then flip them over and bake them for 5 more minutes. We want them to be nice and crispy. Some of the pastry discs will inevitably turn out not perfectly round. You can try again to use the template to trim them up. Place the template on the pastry and trim off any rough edges. And keep those trimmings as well. We are working with some tight tolerances here. And if you want all the discs to be perfectly round, you could take a smaller template and trim them all up. But then you will end up with a slightly smaller cake. When it comes to grinding up the trimmings, a food processor would be the best tool for the job. I used this little garlic chopping gadget and it worked really well. You could also place the trimmings in a plastic bag and smash them up with a rolling pin. Or whatever you do, try to make the mix as fine as you can. Okay, we have the filling, we have the layers, and we have the topping. Let's start assembling this thing. I will use the cake tin bottom as a base for working on. And I'm working over a tray, so don't make a huge mess on the table. I chose the two largest roundest pieces for the top and the bottom. Place the first disc with the smooth side down. Add 1 big tablespoon or 2 small tablespoons to the pastry and then spread it out into a nice even layer. It does not need to be thick at all. Remember that we need enough mix to cover the outside of the cake too. Now place on the second piece of pastry and repeat those steps. When it comes to the final piece of pastry, you want to place it on the cake with the smooth side pointing up. And once again, add the big tablespoon of filling and spread it out in a nice thin even layer. And then use the remaining mix to cover the sides of the cake. Fill in all the gaps and try to make it nice and smooth. A palette knife is pretty much essential here. You don't need to have a little palette knife like the one I use. A larger one will do the job just as well. And I guess you could get away with using a dough scraper. Whatever you do, be patient and try to make everything nice and smooth and straight. Now there's just one more thing left to do. Let's give this cake its crumbly coating. Start with the top, sprinkle on a thin layer. What follows next is slightly tricky, but you can do it. Pick the cake up carefully. Do not touch the sides of the cake. Hold the cake in one hand, then take a little handful of crumbs and stick them to the side of it. Don't sprinkle the crumbs on. Pick them up and press them into the side of the cake. Keep working your way around slowly and carefully. Once you've gone all the way around, you can use the remaining crumbs to finish covering the top. Once you have used up almost all the crumbs and you cannot stick any more to the cake, press them all in using the palms of your hands. This cake is not ready yet. It must spend some time in the fridge. Give it at least half a day. Even better yet, give it 24 hours. The pastry layers need time to absorb the moisture from the filling, and the outer coating needs time to absorb the moisture too. As soon as we finish making the cake, it's still quite fragile, but as we take it out of the fridge, half a day or whole day later, it will be nice and sturdy. You could throw this thing around, it'll still keep its shape. While at first it was a bunch of separate layers and filling and crumbs, in time it turns into one cohesive thing. And just have a look at that. It is beautiful. This is hands down my favorite cake ever. And I really encourage you to try it. It is not very difficult at all. So what do you think of this recipe? Have you ever tried this cake before? Have you ever heard of it? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this one, click over here. Subscribe to the channel, click right here. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.